Epal.
Example.
Epal.
Epal si mommy. Mommy is Epal always.
Right? So
in my life.
okay, he likes it when I make a little baby voice.
Do that now.
I'm not doing it. Everyone's watching.
Nope, you're doing it.
I did it.
Girls, we run this mother. Yeah. Girls, we run this mother.
Hello, and welcome back to my channel. So this vlog is actually called Makeup and Musings because I am not going to be talking about beauty 100% of the time. So some of the time I will be talking about random things, and I have chosen today to talk about the pros and cons of being a young mother, and this is in lieu of Mother's Day that happened last week. So yes, my vlog is a little bit late, but nevertheless it's never too late. All right, so for those of you who have been following me, subscribing to my channel, I guess you figured out by now that I am a mother. I am a mother of 3 children, and one is a young adult, a very young adult. One is a teenager, so both of them are girls, and then I have a 9-year-old son who is my baby. So I started out quite young, so you can consider me a young mother, and I wanted to come on and talk about the pros and cons of being a young mom. I know a lot of my subscribers on here are quite young, so I hope like what I tell you will benefit you, like if you're thinking about if you want to become a young mother or if you want to have children much later on in life. So let's get right into it. First, I wanted to discuss the cons, so the not so good things about being a young mom. There are 3 things that I can think of. Firstly, of course, financially, if you are going to start a family young, if you're going to have your children at a very young age, and you don't hail from a very rich family that's going to support you and give you everything that you need, then at a very young age, you are going to need to bust your ass off and work for their needs. And that is what I had to do. I was working as early as I started working as early as 20 years old, and I haven't stopped since. That could be considered a con, because if you hadn't had children so young and you started working already, then all of that money and all of your income could be for you, right? Just for you, like to buy expensive bags, shoes, go traveling and whatever. But if you're gonna start a family young, as I said, then all of that money is going to go to your family, and you are going to need to prioritize them. And you're not gonna have much time to save as well, because you started young, right? Like for instance, me, I started my first job. I already had my daughter. I had just given birth to my daughter when I started my first job. So basically everything that I was making was going to her needs, and I wanted to give her the best of everything. So I definitely did not like adjust my wants for her lifestyle according to what I was making. You know, I really strived to give her the best, and that meant I had to make a lot of sacrifices. So that is con or disadvantage number 1, is financially you are gonna have to make a lot of sacrifice. All right, disadvantage number 2 of being a young parent. Well, one can say that if you are a young parent, you become a parent early on in your adulthood, then you are going to have to give up the freedom of being like a regular adult who can go partying, clubbing, and having fun, going out of town with your friends and all of that. So you are going to miss out on all of those experiences, most probably. However, in my case, I can't say that that happened. I was very, very lucky because my mother was very supportive of me being a young mother, because she really wanted grandchildren, and she was there. She was really like a surrogate mom. So very lucky for me, I got to live my life completely, experience being a young adult, go to parties, go to clubs, go out of town with my friends, everything. So all I had to do was really like financially provide, but I still had a lot of freedom, and I really got to enjoy my adulthood. I cannot say I missed out on any of those experiences. If I wanted to come home early from a party, that was entirely my choice, because I wanted to spend time with my children. If I skipped out on certain parties or whatever, that was also my choice, because I wanted to spend time with my children. But it was not at all forced upon me, and it wasn't like a necessity, because no one was taking care of my children, because my mother was there, and she was really reliable, and she would practically run the household and do everything for me so that I could still enjoy my life. For most young adults who have children early, it's most likely not going to be like that, and you're going to need to make a lot of sacrifices. with your social life, and you may not experience the things that all of your other friends are experiencing. So that is disadvantage number 2 of being a young parent. Okay, so disadvantage number 3 of being a young mother or a young parent is that you might not be emotionally ready as well to become a parent, and that could reflect on your parenting skills. Like, for example, you may not know yet how to handle disciplining your young child. You yourself may not be emotionally or mentally ready, and that could affect like how you raise your child, because you yourself are still somewhat a child. You've just recently graduated from becoming a teenager into an adult, and you're still learning about life. You're still learning about life. You're still learning important life lessons, and you may not yet have these important life lessons to reflect onto your child or to raise your child with. So basically, I'm just talking about the maturity level, and it depends really per person. Like, I'm seeing like for example, Kylie Jenner, she's a young mother, and she seems like really stable already. She seems like very mature, like she's totally rocking being a mom. So if you're mature enough and you're really stable like that and you're really grounded, then I'd say you'd still do a great job. But not everyone is wired the same way. Some people could still really be quite immature even when they're like 20, 21 already, and just really not ready yet to have a child. And then when you pass your responsibility of being a mother to other people, then that's not fair as well to the other people that you've passed the responsibility to, because you're the one that decided to have the kid in the first place, right? All right, so those are the disadvantages of being a young mother or a young parent. And if there are disadvantages, if there are cons, of course there are also advantages, and there are pros of being a young mother. And I would say that I have really benefited from the advantages of being a young mother. It has been a really good ride for me, and I really owe that, I would say, to my mother, who was there early on, really helping me out and really taking on a lot of my responsibility, but very willingly and very happily. So one advantage or pro of being a young mother or a young parent would be that, of course, while you were still young, you have become a mother and you are really enjoying the time with them. You have enough energy because you're still young to really enjoy the activities that they enjoy. When you travel, you don't get easily tired. You like the same things. You can really grow, and you can really grow with them. You can understand them more, and you can bond easily. You can bond a lot easier because the age gap isn't so huge, right? So it's just like having best friends with you all of the time, and you really enjoy doing activities together. You jive more, you understand each other more, and you basically enjoy each other's company more, and you really get to be friends. So I'm not saying that if you have children when you're old, you're not going to be like friends with your kids, but definitely if you have your children young, it's easier because the generation gap is not so big. So you really get to guide them as well and give them relevant, I would say more relevant tips and more relevant advice, more relevant to their age and to their maturity level. Okay, so the second advantage or the second pro to being a young parent or a young mother would be that it really, from early on in life, it really gives you perspective, it really grounds you, and it forces you to become responsible. There is no room like to be a party animal, or there's no room for you to like be lost in yourself and finding your way and like finding your path, finding your passion, or I don't know what I'm talking about, but I hope you understand what I'm trying to say is that early on in life, you have a very strong drive. You have a very strong drive to do well, to make money, to be responsible, and basically just to do really well and provide really well for your family. So it really forces you to become a more responsible and more driven person. And lastly, the third advantage I would say to being a young mom is that when you have children early on in life, early on in adulthood, they keep you young as well for a long time. So if I don't necessarily act my age, it is because of my children. My children are my best friends. I work from home, so I eat lunch with them. They are my lunch mates. While most of you will be having lunch with your office mates, my children are my lunch mates. Okay, so I talk to them all of the time. They are my friends. I travel with them. I talk to them all of the time. Even when we're not together physically, we're always chatting. So I speak their language because they speak that way. And if I am inspiring them in certain ways, they are definitely inspiring me. Or if I have some influence on them, it is most definitely the other way around as well. They influence me a lot. The way I speak, like my taste in music and all of my knowledge, everything, like pop culture. Like I'm very pop cultured, mostly because of my children. So they influence me a lot. And I act young and I feel young because of them. So they keep me young. And I think that that would be hard if we had a huge age gap. And I don't think it would be really appropriate anymore to like act young and talk young and stuff like that if there was a huge age gap. But because our age gap is not that huge, it's still quite appropriate. And I love to hang with them. They are my best friends. And I'd rather spend time with them than with anybody else. So that's the last thing, positive thing that I can think of. My children, they keep me young. Okay guys, so before I end the video, I am going to guess all 3 of my children in this vlog today. I'm gonna ask them all the same questions, so you're gonna see how their answers differ. And the first one is my youngest, the little cutie pie. His name is Dallas.
Didn't I say don't say that in the retry?
Oh, yeah, he told me not to call him a cutie pie, even if he's really cute.
Stop it right now.
Okay, so I have 2 questions for my very special guest.
No.
What are the best traits that I have and the worst traits that I have as a mommy?
So, number 1, you're so annoying.
He said I'm annoying. Okay, so that's worst. And then
Second. You always shout even if I'm not doing anything.
Okay, I always raise my voice, so clearly patience is an issue.
You have a lot. You don't have patience, but I also don't have patience, but I have
I have patience sometimes.
No, you don't. You don't have any patience ever.
It's just like when you're really hard-headed and you don't listen. Then I don't have patience. Because I told you once. When I tell you once, okay, and you still don't do it, okay. When I tell you twice, okay. But when I have to tell you 3 times, of course I'm gonna lose my patience. Of course I'm gonna start screaming.
I already say I'm gonna do it.
Okay, what else? Hurry up.
I don't think, wait, I see something else. Oh wait, I'm not the third one. You already put on makeup.
Okay, he doesn't like it when I put makeup on, which is a lot of times.
I hate it.
Okay.
It just looks dumb.
Yes, it's only for the camera when I go to work, right? Otherwise, I don't wear any makeup at all.
Excuse me, where did I get right
Yeah, because we're filming, darling.
And you're doing something like I'm part of the
Okay, come on, moving on. Positive things about mommy.
Best, you're chubby and fat.
What? He likes me being chubby because he likes to cuddle. Oh.
Wait, I know. I want your little baby voice.
Okay, he likes it when I make a little baby voice.
Do it right now.
I'm not doing it. Everyone's watching.
Nope, you're doing it.
I did it a while ago when I called you my little cute baby.
Nope, you're doing it right now.
Okay, so apparently I'm doing it right now.
Do it.
Okay, anything else?
I'm not doing it.
What is it, my little cute baby boy? Say bye.
Bye-bye. Wait, subscribe to my YouTube channel
Thank you, Dallas. He wants you to subscribe to his YouTube channel.
Which is called Dallas. Damien.
Yes, we'll put your handle there. He also has an Instagram, but he doesn't post any photos.
Yeah, because I don't know what to do.
Okay, thank you, Dallas. Give me a kiss.
No.
Give me a kiss right now.
No.
Come on, just one.
I already said I don't like that in the worst part about you.
Oh, alright, but just one kiss.
No.
It's
No.
Mother's Day.
No.
I love you. Well, next up, I have my middle child. Her name is Romaine, and she is studying in Manila. So she's not here physically, but I called her. That's her.
Yay! Wait, 2 things, sorry.
So the question is, Romaine, what are my best and worst traits as a mom? So you can start with the negative.
Negative. Maybe you have to work on your patience. You have a bit of a short temper. A bit. Yeah. And also like, well, this kind of connects to one of the good things. The good thing is that you are a bit like relatable since you're relatively young. My friends even say that you probably know more internet slang than I do. And like, but the bad thing about that is like, maybe you could be a bit more like momish. Less of a like Regina George mom.
Hello?
You get it.
Yes, I get it. So it embarrasses her sometimes that I'm so relevant.
Positive, yun nga, yung, you're very relatable as a mom, and like, when we were growing up, you told us like all of the mistakes you made and stuff, so like, we know how to be more responsible, and like, yeah, it's not like sugarcoating na like I'm the cool mom. I was always like strong, independent. Get
Thank you, Remain. Love you. Mwah.
bye bye.
And last but not the very least is my fellow YouTuber and Instagram star. She's the Instagram star, not moi. Where are you going?
I'm so tan.
Okay, go.
Okay, worst traits would be you're super, well, I agree with everything that they said, but you're also very, like, you have no sense of personal space. Like, you always make saw to everything I do. Like, whoever I talk to, or
Yeah.
like, every time I go out. Like, you know how parents are like, oh, who are you going with? What are they doing? Like, that's normal, okay? But she's like extra, like she'll stalk them on Instagram and then she knows the whole family background of every
Well,
one of
that's
the
just
people
because
that
your
I
life is so interesting.
like. Oh my god, and she literally knows like rumors or like who broke up with who even before me.
I just
and these
want
are like
the
my
juice.
friends, and I'm just like,
I just want all the gossip.
she even freaking follows people that I go out with.
No, I did
Like,
that
we
by
went-
mistake.
we-
I pressed by mistake because
We
I was
went on like
stalking
3
and I
days
pressed by
and
mistake.
she followed him.
Yes,
That's so
that was
freaking
my
embarrassing.
Mistake.
Privacy, privacy, go away.
Okay, next.
She reads my messages. She
Only-
reads my messages.
only secretly?
See, that's
Only like when you don't know.
I find out. So that's a bad receipt. No sense of privacy.
Okay, next.
Okay, also that something like to do with like being a single mom, I guess, is that like you mentioned earlier that you weren't really there so that you can like go party and whatever.
Excuse me, I was always there.
No, but she was because she had work.
Yes, I have
She had work and everything, so she was like not really there. Like, well, she's there now, but like in the start, like the early childhood years, you know, I think my sister and my brother didn't really feel this, but during like the very start, because she was very young, which is understandable, and she had a lot going on, but she was like not really always physically. I'm sure she was there emotionally and everything,
Yeah.
but she wasn't physically there. So that's, I guess, a con if you're gonna be like,
Yeah, that's true.
yeah. What else? Oh my gosh, she makes rules up and then she doesn't follow it. She's like, we're gonna be she's gonna be, okay, first we're not allowed to use our phones on the dining table. Who's the one scrolling through Instagram while we're eating, even watching stories? Okay. Number 2, she's gonna be like, we're gonna be a very patient family and no one's gonna get mad and raise their voice. Who is the first one always raising her voice?
Well, I said that a very long time ago, you know.
It was even written on the board.
Okay.
And then she's gonna be shouting. And then she's gonna be like, China, you're not supposed to shout. And then she's shouting.
Okay, next. Oh, positive.
Oh no, one more negative. One more negative. Oh, one more negative is that she's too blunt and she doesn't know when to like hold back. Like she thinks just because you're the mom, you can say anything you want. Like, no, that's not the case. You still have to be sensitive to other people's feelings, including mine.
Yes, but I'm
like,
just
for
saying-
example, like the people that I would like in the past, she's just gonna be like, no. And then she's gonna like super like bash the guy that I
Well,
like.
if no one's...
And then she also was like always commenting on my Instagram posts, my IG stories, my weight, my fashion. You know, when we were in the States, she was just like, trying to stop dressing like a hobo.
Well, if no one's gonna be super frank and blunt with you, then I have to be, right? You gotta hear it straight from someone.
Okay, so yeah. Okay, positive, I guess, is like she's, you know, because she's always like dipping her feet and head and toes and everything into my life. She, you know, it's like I can always talk to her about it and like someone to just talk about. So she's like kind of like a friend as well, but that can be like a positive and a negative thing.
Okay.
Yeah. And then also like, yeah, someone that I can just make chismes to. The thing is, like, when I was growing up, like me and my sister especially, we would always have really nice grand parties, which I super appreciated, and I think she passed that on to me because now I'm like, let's plan this crap, we're gonna make this the best party ever. But like also that she is also, I think especially for me, because I was like the eldest, she really like focused on me and she really put me through like all of the classes I could take, and she was very supportive with anything I was passionate about. Like she was supportive when I went into cheer, and then when I was a child, I literally went to all the classes. Like I literally had gymnastics, ballet, tennis, swimming, voice lessons, dance lessons. There were more, but like that's all I remember right now. And then so yeah, she's very supportive. And even like right now, like she'd help me film and everything, and she would buy all the makeup. Well, she buys it for herself, TBH, I just use it.
Yes, that's a very big advantage that you use all my stuff.
That's true, I don't spend for anything. Like, people always say, don't you like go shopping at Sephora? I'm like, I really don't. I just go shopping in my mom's closet. But I think that the negative things outweigh the positive things.
Okay, so I hope you had fun watching this video. If you want to see more videos featuring my children, let me know. They are a blast to talk to and we have fun filming together. They are also on YouTube, or at least Dallas and China are on YouTube. All three of them.
Subscribe to me. I'm better than her.
Okay. All right, and all three of them are on Instagram.
Follow me. Ashes McCartney.
Okay, so let me know if you want to see more videos like this. But now it is time for the fun Filipino word of the day. And the fun Filipino word of the day is epal. Epal. What does epal mean? Epal means in your face. It is used to describe a person. So it is a noun. It's a noun to describe someone that's always in your face. That is like epal.
Example. Epal si mommy. Mommy is epal always
right? So
in
like
my
I'm
life.
filming my video and they like be coming into the video, then they're being epal. Okay, so for today's special shout out, I am saying hi and thank you to Cherish Joy for subscribing to my channel and following me on Instagram. Thanks. And if you want to be featured or shouted out here on my channel, then make sure that you're an active follower of mine, both on Instagram and here on YouTube. Okay guys, thanks for watching this video, and belated happy Mother's Day to all of my friends and to all of you that are mothers. I hope I gave you some perspective into young parenting, into being a young mom. Decide wisely and don't take it lightly. Thanks guys, love you, see you next time, bye. Mwah.